Good morning, how are you doing? I was just on a morning walk with my dog and my fiance, and it came up in conversation homosexuality in people. So I had a theory, not based on any evidence, but that the reason why historically a lot of people look down upon uh, homosexual men is because it can be seen as the easy way out to try and just be like a sexual object to get through things in life. Because women can get away with just being pretty and being desired for their bodies because they provide young. And that's very important for society because human beings are the most precious organism in the known universe. Very special people. Humans, really good. Thumbs up. So, but if men start trying to get through in life without being a provider or having responsibilities by relying on their ability to give pleasure in a sexual way to men, that is kind of selfish because you're not giving anything back to the universe. You may be protected, you may be looked after by a man if you give him sexual pleasure, but then you're not giving anything back to the community. And it's not enough to give back in terms of kindness, because a lot of people have kindness to give, but some people give kindness and they also provide humans. So I'm just talking about things in a rational perspective. If you think about it, the world used to be pretty poor. And it's only because of debt-based currency invented by the Federal Reserve in 1914 that we've got to a point where we can be really luxurious and be extra kind when it comes to acceptance of people, because we're so wealthy as a species now, particularly in the Western world. Like, as a homeless person living in Australia, you're wealthier than like 90% of the world. You go down a walk down Swanston Street in Melbourne and you see the homeless people, they've got bottles of water, they've got tailor-made cigarettes, someone's bought them a Subway, they've got lots of snacks, they've got a dog with them, they've got a mobile phone, they've got signs. And yes, it's tough, but they still live pretty well. Like, there's places in this world where people literally die from starvation. But if you're homeless in Australia, no one's going to let you get to a point where you're literally withering away due to malnourishment. People will intervene and give you a sandwich. And to summarize, the point of this video is that have some understanding for our ancestors and for people today who are against the promotion of LGBT propaganda onto children. So historically, it was seen as if you do something that's not really good for the community, like if you're a gay or if you're a drunk, then you should keep your sin at home. Because yes, we know that a lot of men have flaws, but the issue is if you're promoting it to people, to young people whose brain's like a sponge and they absorb information really easily, and also because a lot of people don't have a good relationship with their fathers now, so they don't have anyone to look up to. And uncles, like people used to have big communities. Now everyone moves away, no one sees their family anymore. So it's really hard for young people to have idols. But if you're like confidently telling the world that you're a homosexual person, then I'm living that lifestyle and just you're going to promote that it's okay to children. But the thing is, children are very flexible and agreeable, and a lot of the times they pick up things that they think define who they are because it's kind of been pushed onto them. And when they're older, people kind of get set in their ways. But when they're a child, they're quite malleable. And so to plant that seed that it's okay to be gay with kids is that you are promoting them to do something that maybe they wouldn't normally do. Like I heard Milo Yiannopoulos, he was saying that he was sexually abused when he was a boy, and he was like, "Oh, I kind of liked it." That's his justification. That's what victims of abuse often say. And so I think that gentleman has come to realize that his sexual urges perhaps were formulated by older men who pushed that into him because they wanted to put a lay-by sticker on him, so to speak, as in they're grooming the next generation. And to finish, this was just a conversation we had in our walk this morning, me and Katya, and I thought I'd share it with you because it's quite a relevant topic of conversation, because I often discuss current political issues with people. That's one of my fortes, because I'm pretty just open in conversation, and I like to talk about edgy things because it's less done, and the road less traveled usually has more berries to pick. And yeah, so think about that. We're only being really flexible now because we're rich, because of debt-based currency, but most of our values are in place from thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years of evolution. And so for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years, it wasn't promoted, or it was seen as taboo and detrimental, extremely detrimental to the community, to have LGBT propaganda promoted to youth, because a lot of gay people, they don't have children with women, and they don't look after, they don't protect or provide. So half the role of being a man is that you're only worth something if you're protecting and providing. You can't just be pretty and expect to sit around and have fine dining all the time. No matter how handsome you are as a man or how charming, you still need to work, you still need to protect, you still need to provide. And those gender roles, they sound malicious, but they've got us to where we are today. In this point where we have technology and we have freedom, we can do anything in this world, and the only thing that's holding you back is your own willpower.